ready to go racing in Nashville. Hot music, high speed, and tough competition on a legendary racetrack.
I'm going to win.
Winning in Nashville is music to my ears.
That guitar is mine.
I want that guitar.
And this is the prize they're after. The ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour hits the road next. Welcome to the Music City Motorplex in Nashville, Tennessee, the RC Cola Moonpie ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour. Tonight it's the RC Cola Moonpie 100. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Nashville. I'm Rick Benjamin. Scott Sutherland will join me topside in just a couple of moments. 7th race of this inaugural season for the ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour. A lot of different drivers have been to victory lane so far. This is the first time the tour has come to Nashville, and we've got some invaders set to do battle with the series regulars. Our pole sitter tonight is a driver you got to know a few weeks ago at USA International in Lakeland, Florida. He's standing by with Derek Perniciglio.
Thank you very much, Rick. And USA International Speedway and Nashville Music City Motorplex are two of the fastest racetracks that the ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour races on. And Jeff Choquette, you have the pole for both. What's it take to put a fast lap down here?
Actually, this track's got a lot of banking, unlike USA International Speedway. The banking really helps you. You can drive it in there real hard. But what really helped me lay down a good lap was my crew. The guys at Extreme, Ryan, my dad, Christy, everybody that works on it, no matter, what they do, they're the ones that really help me put down a good lap.
Now, this racetrack beats up tires. It's very tough on tires. Only a 100-lap race. What's your strategy? Is it go for it right from the beginning or conserve the tires?
Oh, it's definitely conserve the tires. You gotta be there at the end. You gotta be there at 100, and I'm gonna try to conserve them as much as I can. You want to lead, get out there early because passing is at a minimum, and just hopefully we can get out front and put our CNC Loader Service Chevy in the lead.
So Jeff Choquette is the RC Cola Moonpie Pole Award winner here tonight at Nashville. Now, Scott, some rule changes since our last event at Dillon to try to level the playing field.
Well, this is a great series, but they also have different rules for different engine combinations. So it's an ongoing effort to try to change the weight rules, left side weight rule, to keep everybody kind of in check and have equal race cars, and it's going to be an ongoing thing throughout the year.
So what do some of the key competitors in this series think? We sampled some opinion in the garage area this afternoon.
We spent 2 days here with a 7400 chip at 2,800 to 75 pounds. And so this morning, race morning, they're going to come in and give us 50 pounds, which again, it's a great gift and we deeply appreciate it because we need it. But I wish that we could come with and it's in our infancy. So when we find the right package, it's going to stay there, and we'll know what we're going to race week in and week out.
The rule changes look recent, but we really knew when we put the schedule together that when we come to tracks like Nashville and Concord and Myrtle Beach, we knew that we were going to have some really fast racetracks. We run built motors against crate motors in this series, and the thing we've really been watching is the performance of the races we've had to date, and we really want to make sure we have a level playing field. So those rule changes we've worked on for about 2 months in conjunction with the engine builders and with dyno tests, and we feel like we've evened out the playing field.
I think every racetrack they go to is going to have an advantage for one type or the other. It's going to be an ongoing thing. I hope they can stay ahead of it.
Well, as always in the RC Cola Moonpie ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour, tire wear ought to be important here tonight. How about these tires at this racetrack?
This is huge. Hoosier brings a great tire to the racetrack. This is 100 laps. It's an abrasive racetrack. You've got to have a great race car, and you've got to use it the last 25 laps to win this thing.
Well, this is the 50th anniversary season of stock car racing at the Music City Motorplex. Many of the greats in the sport, Darrell Waltrip, Sterling Marlin, a host of others, have run here and won here. And tonight, one of these drivers hopes to add their name to the list of legendary winners in Nashville. Jay Middleton, the overall points leader in the RC Cola Moonpie ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour, a third of the way through this inaugural season. And there are 3 mini tours within the big tour. Preston Peltier leads the Beach Tour. Jay Middleton out in front of the Blue Ridge Tour points. This event, part of the Blue Ridge Tour tonight. And then the Carolina Clash Tour, which continues July 26th in Concord. Jay Middleton is the early leader after his win at Dillon. Pretty steamy here tonight, Scott.
83 degrees, track temp is 99. It's going to cool off here tonight. The racetrack's going to get a little bit better, but there's a lot of humidity in the air. It's going to be working on these drivers.
And this, of course, a 5/8. This is a big 5/8 mile racetrack.
Yeah, the turns have 18 degrees of banking, but I think that's a little bit deceiving. I think it feels like it's better at the top of the racetrack. You're going to see 2 grooves of racing here.
Cars starting to roll. They, of course, park them against the inside retaining wall to introduce the drivers to the crowd here at the Music City Motorplex. Jeff Choquette is our pole award winner tonight. Young Keaton Hanks in car number 90. He's from Auburn, Kentucky. He'll start second. Mike Alexander's son in row number 2.
Yeah, what a great name. Mike Alexander going through years of racing here at Nashville. It's great to see his son here.
Russell Fleeman, Ryan Crane will make up the next row. The third row, Bubba Pollard out of Georgia. Brandon Carlson from Pensacola, Florida, his first start in the series. He'll line up at the 8th position tonight. There's Jay Middleton. He's been a dominant player.
And he's been the guy that everybody's talking about because that was the engine test that they did with Jay Middleton, and really that's where the rules change have come from.
Jeremy Mullinax starts 11th tonight. Oliver in 12th position. Stephen McCurley from Texas and John Bolin out of Alabama make up the 7th row. All the way at the back of the field, Taylor Satterfield. Now he's in the top 3 in points. He didn't have a good day today at all.
Second in points, you've got to start deep in the field, but you know what? Take care of your race car because you never know how these things work out.
A couple of different onboard looks. The Redneck Pepper camera with Jay Middleton's machine in that 74 car. John Bolin will take you for a ride tonight. The Bolin Excavating 2 car will have one of our cameras. And we'll also have onboard views tonight inside a 3rd car. Bubba Pollard's Pollard Construction Disposal 26 car. He will show us his quick way around the Music City Motorplex here in Nashville, Tennessee. Derek Pernasiglio on pit road for us tonight. Derek, what about the history of this racetrack?
Rick, the date was July 11th, 1904. There was a parade in downtown Nashville, and the stars of that parade were these new horseless carriages called automobiles. Now, those automobiles eventually made their way to the Tenneseee State Fairground, where they had an automobile race that day. Now, even though the Nashville Music City Motorplex celebrates its 50th anniversary, there's been over 100 years of racing in Nashville.
100 years of racing. I'm sure I'm glad it's today's type of racing rather than those types of racing. Wow, what a
Bobby
difference.
Allison, Marty Robbins, of course, ran here for a long time. And recognize that guy?
Darrell Waltrip. Are you kidding me?
Darrell Waltrip and the late, great Benny Parsons, one of our dear friends. Among the many legends who've won races here at the Music City Motorplex. Who will add their name to that list? We'll find out shortly. Glad to have you with us. The RC Cola Moonpie 100 is underway. Jeff Choquette from the inside of the front row takes a 2-car length lead. That's Keaton Hanks in that black and white number 90 car in 2nd spot. Preston Peltier got a nice start as well in the silver 5. He runs 3rd.
When you're a driver, you have a lot of adrenaline, a lot of nerves just to get through that first couple of laps, get single file. By now, they're in race mode. Just find that line that fits you, and away we go.
Ryan Crane in that red 10 car out of Panama City, Alabama in the top 5 alongside Mike Alexander Jr. You might recognize that white paint scheme with the red 84. His dad, Mike Sr., won a lot of races here with cars carrying that number. Up front, Choquette in the 70. Peltier challenging on the inside as they hit turn 1.
Yeah, Peltier got a great run off that last corner, right through the middle. That car's super fast. It really turns, and he can leave on the bottom, which is key here at Nashville.
Choquette by a car length using the middle of the racetrack. He's opened up that bottom line. Peltier will try to take the lead as they hit the front straightaway. Not this time around. Still side by side in 1 and 2. Boy, they're racing hard early here tonight.
Yeah, they really are. They're trying to take that lead. Choquette's a little bit higher on the racetrack. You got to protect that bottom the first 10 or 20 laps, then move up and take care of your tire.
And Preston Peltier uses the low line to take the lead here at the Music City Motorplex. So Peltier goes to the front. Out of Concord, North Carolina, hangs sheet metal for Hendrick Motorsports. In the NASCAR Cup Series, weekdays, races this car on the weekends. And look at him add to the lead quickly here.
The key is he really sails it down in the corner. It cuts good, and he can leave on the bottom. That's a straight line, and he's flat on the floor.
Qualifying speeds here around 117, 118 miles an hour. They are very fast at the Music City Motorplex. Peltier by half a dozen car lengths now over Jeff Choquette in the 70. Keaton Hanks runs 3rd in that 90 car out of Kentucky. They start to battle it out for 2nd. All of this, of course, helps Peltier. He's got to love it if he looks up in the mirror and sees this.
Yeah, but he wants to be careful not to run that car too hard early in the race. You've got to take care of those tires. It's a long ways here, and Nashville does eat the tires up.
We talk about this every time, it seems, when we see one of these RC Cola Moonpie ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour events, Scott. But is this a place where you don't really want to run on the bottom because you'll bind up the car and use the tires up?
I think Preston Peltier is showing you how to get around this racetrack. He goes in a little bit higher, cuts, and he gets a nice straight line, touches the bottom off the corner. He's not binding that car up, and he's being able to get all the way to the floor without killing the right rear.